Hi guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. So I filmed this makeup look on the day of my birthday. We were going for dinner, so I thought I'd film my look. So if you want to know how I got this look or the makeup that I did for my 25th birthday, then keep on watching. So I'm starting off with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I'm just going to put that all over my face. If you have dry skin or textured skin, this is really nice. It can be used as a primer. It has been raining like crazy in Hyderabad, so I did put on a separate primer as well. I wanted my makeup to last like the entire evening. So yeah, I'm gonna move on to my primer, which is the Too Faced Hangover Primer. This is one of my favorite primers. It's so good. It makes your makeup last. Most of the products that I've used in this look just make your makeup last. So if you're going to use these products, then don't be worried about your makeup budging because it's not going to. Next, I'm moving on to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I'm in the shade 03. I'm just gonna put that all over my face. As you can see, I want it to look super glowy, super dewy, super fresh. Now I'm done with applying the Flawless Filter. I'm taking my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I'm just gonna dot that all over my face. Blend the foundation as well as the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter out together. I think I'm in the shade 5.75. I'll leave everything in the description down below just in case you're curious or want to order anything. I'll leave everything down below. Now, once I'm done blending, I'm going to move on to my concealer, for which I'm using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Self-Setting Concealer as well as the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. The Makeup Forever one is a slightly pink undertone, which is why I'm using it for my under eyes, and I'm using the e.l.f. concealer on the rest of my face. Once I'm done applying the concealer, I'm going to let it sit for a minute or two. Meanwhile, I'm going to move on to my bronzer, for which I'm using the Fenty Beauty Match Stick in the shade Mocha. Again, like I've already mentioned, I'm going to leave everything in the description down below just in case I haven't already mentioned it. And as you can see, I'm taking my brush and swirling it on the bronzer and then using it. I'm not directly swiping the bronzer across my face because this looks more subtle and softer and a more natural looking bronzed effect. Once I'm done applying that, I'm going to take my e.l.f. blender and blend out the concealer. I'm so happy with how my base is turning out. Finally, all my products are complementing each other. As you can see, my base looks so nice. It looks so fresh, so flawless, and so glowy. I love it. Like, this is my dream base that I've finally achieved, and it makes me so happy. Once I'm done blending that out, I'm taking my Milani Make It Last Original setting spray and putting another layer of that. This setting spray has been so good. I got this setting spray about a month ago when my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray got over. That was my holy grail, and I was seeing a lot of reviews and a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of posts saying that the Milani and the Charlotte Tilbury are dupes for each other. And I got this and I love it. Now moving on to my brows, as you can see, I'm using the e.l.f. Brow Lift and I'm using a spoolie from another random, I think that's an e.l.f. brow pencil itself. So I'm gonna brush my brows upwards and I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm not gonna fill them in. I realized whenever I brush them upwards and leave it, they look pretty thick and pretty nice. So I don't have to fill them in, and this brow gel is really good. It keeps your brows in place. Now I'm taking the Sephora Kohl pencil in the shade Nude and I'm just gonna line my waterline. I really like brown coal when I'm doing like a glammy evening look, but I love a nude color to make my eyes look more awake. Now I'm taking the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. My palette is broken, the colors are all over. So I'm just gonna dip my brush in and contour my face. Once I'm done contouring, I'm gonna move on to my blush, for which I'm using two blushes. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Color of Dreams Pillow Talk Lip and Cheek Glow. And then I'm going to use the Becca Cosmetics or Wild Honey blush. I'm using my blender to apply the Charlotte Tilbury Lip and Cheek Glow. And then I'm going to take the Becca Cosmetics blush with my brush and top it off. As we all know, blush does tend to fade throughout the day, and I love doubling it up. Next, I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette and I'm taking the shade Warm Taupe, as you can see, and I'm just going to blend that into my crease. And I think this is the only color that I'm using for this look. I really love how it looks. It's a super pretty transition shade, so I'm just gonna put that, and I already have pigmented lids, so I don't think I need any more color on my eyes as of now. I'm just gonna put that, and I'm gonna add some shimmer onto the lids, for which I'm adding the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize Exagger-Eyes. I'm just using my fingers to apply it. I'm gonna leave it at that. Once I'm done with that, I'm gonna move to my face. I'm using the Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder in the shade 1 by Charlotte Tilbury. I'm gonna put that on my under eyes, around my mouth, my forehead, specifically between my brows. And yeah, it is super humid now, so I do tend to get a little sweaty and oily. So I'm just gonna set my concealer in place, and then I'm gonna take my MAC lip liner in the shade Chestnut, just lining my lips, overlining them a little, and filling in the corners as you can see. And then I'm taking this Maybelline concealer. It's my favorite concealer. I use it all the time. It's the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 20 Sand. I'm just going to put two dots in the middle and spread that out before I take my Charlotte Tilbury Hyaluronic Happy Kiss in the shade Pillow Talk. I'm out of it. I've finished it completely. So I'm just taking my Vanity Planet lip brush. I'm taking that, digging it in, and then putting it on. And then I'm going to use my Milani Make It Last Original Setting Spray. I am in love with this routine. The makeup does not budge. The base is so nice. The texture is not accentuated.